Welcome back. Just as a reminder, this short online pre-departure orientation is designed to cover 3 topics. The first video discussed study abroad and AUI's mission, reminding you how your individual experience fits into a larger vision of AUI. The second video discusses practical aspects of the transition to and life at AUI. The third and last video discusses returning to your home institution. This video will take on some aspects of the adjustments back, as well as some key policies and procedures that you don't want to ignore. Let's now turn to your preparation for study abroad. There are a number of logistical things that you should ensure that you have completed. First, be sure that you have followed all of your home institutions and AUI study abroad procedures. At your home university, you should be working closely with your study abroad office or provider to ensure that things are done properly. This might include the pre-approval of AUI classes to transfer to your home institutions or the payment of any required tuition or fees. For AUI, you should ensure that the entire file was processed by your home institution or study abroad provider, including your photo for the AUI ID card and the copy of passport. Also, you should have pre-registered for classes by following the instructions of our inbound advisor who sent the list of classes and the form for you to complete. In general, you should remain in close communication with both your home institution, study abroad provider if applicable, and us here at AUI. In terms of a visa to come to Morocco, please review whether this is necessary and take appropriate steps. Many countries allow visa-free entry for tourists. If this is available to you in your country, please enter Morocco as a tourist. If you are required to get a visa to enter Morocco, please do so well in advance of your departure. Our best advice in this process is to start the application well in advance of your travel dates and follow the process closely. This is indicated in your acceptance letter. For most students studying at AUI for a semester or more, it is necessary to complete the documents for a residency card. We will work with you on this process during orientation. One of the most stressful aspects of travel can be getting from the airport in a new place to where one will stay for the first days. In this situation, you are in a new country, carrying perhaps a number of bags, and are uncertain about where to go and how to get there. However, we at AUI can help you with this by arranging travel from either the first airports or train station. This comes with the modest fee but can make your initial travel to Ifrane easier, as you will be met by AUI students who will continue to help throughout orientation. If you wish to take advantage of this service, please be sure to complete the online form we send you. We are used to getting students to AUI in this way, but just need close communication to ensure that nothing is a mess. This can happen with the various ways we have to communicate with you: Facebook group, WhatsApp, email. In addition, prepare a plan B for you if your flight or other travel means are cancelled or delayed. If your luggage are lost, be sure to make a claim so we can follow up with the airport. Overall, plan ahead, be patient, and be prepared for any travel challenge that may arise. When you arrive on campus, you will be placed in your room and should find your welcome packet there with your AUI ID card and other information. Please let us know that you have arrived safely, either via email or any other form, including visiting the office personally. We will be glad to know that you have arrived. With the ID card also, you can eat in campus restaurants and start settling. Beyond that, please be attentive to that time, place for the in-person orientation and be there on time. We just have a few practical things to say about packing. Before that, however, we want to remind you to read carefully all the documents and emails sent to you. This will help you immensely in planning. First, make a list of things to pack and have somebody you trust review the list with you. This can help you reduce some anxiety and ensure you don't forget something. Then, pack a few days before you leave, just so you don't feel rushed. A critical point here is to remember to keep your essential documents such as your passport and visas and things like your credit card money on your personal and not in your checked bag. Also, put your name and identifying information on and in all your bags. This will help them by identifying if lost. Avoid to overpack. Although AUI and IFRAN does experience the 4 seasons and can be cold even in the summer months, remember that winter clothing and most other items can be purchased. Yes, you don't want to buy many unnecessary things, but simply consider what would you need to feel comfortable when you arrive and what might be more easily obtained after you arrive. Attending to your health while on study abroad is essential. Before you travel, it might be wise to visit a medical professional to see if you might need to take any special precautions for travel in Morocco and anywhere else you plan to travel. In some situations, this might be quite significant. For example, you might need a vaccine booster or to take some specific medications. Some people are concerned about malaria in Africa, but we want you to know that Morocco has been free of malaria for more than 10 years, and therefore you don't need medication for this. If you plan to travel to other countries in the region, please review this carefully for malaria or other diseases you may need vaccines or medications for. In addition, if you have one or more medical conditions that require special medications, unless you have some other plan to procure these medications while on study abroad, please be sure to take a supply of them that would last the duration of your trip. Morocco does generally have access to medications, but on the other hand, certain medications can be short of supply or even impossible to get. If you have a specific situation we'd like to discuss, please let us know. Finally, be sure to have all your health and immunization forms with you. These may be necessary in many situations, and in general, it is a good idea to have a copy of your health record with you when you travel. Traveling abroad brings enhanced risks to your health. Thus, visiting students at AUI will get and pay for AUI's health insurance. Yes, you may have your own insurance, including private, national, or travel insurance, but you will still be required to have AUI's insurance. This helps facilitate many aspects of your health care while in country and is, compared to many global plans, quite affordable. We hope that you will arrive at AUI without any issues. When you arrive, we'll have an orientation program for you. Be sure to attend, as we will cover many aspects of academic life and students' conduct, as well as complete essentials forms for your residency and healthcare. In terms of academics, we are sure that you have specific courses in mind that you want to take. Ideally, you will have pre-registers for this. However, please remember that classes at any situation often change, and AUI is no exception. Thus, you will need to be flexible in your course selection and perhaps may need to change classes or your schedule. As you do so, be sure to keep in mind your degree plan and your host institution's policies regarding the approval of courses, number of credits you can take, and so on. In general, be sure that you are well aware of both your institution and AUI's academic policies. When it comes to students' conduct, we simply remind you that AUI and Morocco's rules and laws apply to you as a visiting student. At AUI, there are a number of regulations that might be different than your home institution, such as our gender-separated or segregated dorms, curfew policy, or prohibition of drugs and alcohol on campus. On the other hand, there are many things that will likely be similar, such as the prohibition of violence or harassment and the presence of on-campus safety and security officers. During orientation, we'll cover these rules and regulations in greater depth, but you can also visit the AUI website to find more information in the AUI catalog, General Student Book, and International Students Handbook. In more practical matters, remember that housings and food arrangements vary. One key aspect of AUI's housing is that it is segregated by sex. No male students or may visit female students in the dorms and vice versa. In terms of food, your AUI ID acts like a prepaid cash system and is used for all purchases on campus. When you arrive, this card will have money on it for the first week and the rest credited based on your study abroad arrangements and after you make any required payments. In addition, you can add money to the card at the business office. Please read details about this in the International Student Handbook. Money can also be stressful. Before you leave, be sure to have a plan to bring and exchange it upon arrival. Withdraw it from a cash machine or some other plan. AUI does have a few cash machines on campus and more are available in town. In addition, financial services are constantly evolving, so have a plan B as well as in this area. Also, do some research about any fees you may have to pay and plan accordingly. Safety and security is a fundamental concern of ours. At all times, whether on campus or off, be cautious and diligent. AUI does have robust security services on campus, and IFRAN is a small, generally safe city, but you should exercise caution at all times. Wherever you are in the world, please be aware of your surroundings. When you travel, let people know, especially us at AUI and even the responsible parties at your home institution. Know, in addition to trusted friends and colleagues. It is also a good idea to register your presence in Morocco with your embassy or consulate so that in a difficult situation they can intervene. While on a study abroad, you will likely experience a variety of emotions whether you have traveled much or little in your life. Each place and experience brings new challenges and joys as you adapt. Moreover, you will likely experience many different cycles of these emotions based on your personality and experience there. Thus, it is important for you to think about the importance of self-care while on study abroad. This is a deeply personal matter, but our basic advice is for you to be aware of and monitor your feelings, perhaps through a journal or other means. As this evolves, be sure to use AUI support services, particularly if you are starting to feel depressed or overly anxious. Don't ignore feelings or situations as well. It's better to seek some support early rather than allow something to become a crisis. If you are unsure how to access these services, ask us for help and follow up with us if you need additional support. In a similar way, study abroad can be a great way to document and share your experiences. Many people share widely on social media, create websites, or other means of sharing information. However, please do this carefully and consider whether you want your posts or blogs to be public or private. Both have their pros and cons. And the important thing is to be aware of what you are doing and to take mindful precautions. Thank you for your attention to this video. The next video will discuss aspects of returning to your home institution. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us in the Office of International Programs.